Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To my panels, Sir Ashraf bin Zozali and Madam Zaratul Husna binti Muhammad Isnani. My name is Danish Iskandar bin Zulkifli. My number matrix is 2024 541 951 and I am from NSR 2416A. Today I'm going to present about my research proposal, which is the relationship between safety management practices and safety behavior among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3. Outdoor and sport-related activities have seen a significant rise in popularity globally, offering individuals opportunity for physical engagement and skill development. However, participation in these activities is inherently associated with potential risks, including injuries, accidents, and property loss, if proper safety measures are ignored, by Narana Summit 2019, cited by Rosita et al. 2021. An accident is defined as an unintended, unforeseen, and unfortunate event that can happen at any place and time to people who are unprepared for it. Victims of this accident worldwide suffer various consequences, including death, diseases, and environmental damage. Based on previous study by Rosita et al. 2021, there is a significant relationship between safety management practices and safety behavior. Next, let's move to the statement of the problems. In recent years, many accidents have happened to people while participating in outdoor activity in Malaysia. Accidents in outdoor environments can occur unexpectedly and can lead to serious consequences, such as injuries and loss of life, by Rosita et al. 2021. So, here is the evidence. For the first news, during a training program for vocational school students at Ulu Kenas Recreational Park, 2 students died. Next, for the next news, a 20-year-old woman who was hiking on Bukit Banang died tragically after falling 80 meters into a gorge. There have 4 research questions of this study, which is, the first one is, what is the level of safety management practices among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3? Second one, what is the level of safety behavior among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3? Third one, is there a relationship between safety management practices and safety behavior among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3? And lastly, number 4 is there a significant differences in safety management practices and safety behavior based on gender among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3? The 4 research objectives of these studies are to identify the level of safety management practices among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3, to identify the level of safety behavior among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3, to examine the relationship between safety management practices and safety behavior among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3, and last one is to examine the differences in safety management practices and safety behavior based on gender among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3. For the first research hypothesis, to examine the relationship between safety management practices and safety behavior among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3, for the HO, there is no significant relationship between safety management practices and safety behavior among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3, and the H1, there is a significant relationship between safety management practices and safety behavior among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3. The second research hypothesis is to examine the difference in safety management practices and safety behavior based on gender among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3. For HO, there is no difference in safety management practices and safety behavior based on gender among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3. For H1, there is a difference in safety management practices and safety behavior based on gender among final camp students in UiTM Seremban 3. The significance of the studies are mentioned to students, university, and future researchers. For students, the findings of these studies are expected to increase students' awareness regarding the importance of practicing safety behavior during the outdoor activities. Through a better awareness, students are expected to become more responsible and reduce the risks of accidents and injuries. For university and future researchers, this study might assist university management and camp organizer in approving safety practices during final camp programs. The findings also can serve as a reference for the future researchers in the field of safety management and safety behavior. Let's move to the literature review. The independent variable for this study is safety management practices. Safety management practices are defined as essential techniques and protocols that organizations use to effectively utilize resource and achieve objectives, by Kin and Hadikusumo 2006, cited by Zaki et al. 2024. The function of safety management is related to the roles and practices of organizations and how they are achieved concerning employee safety, by Ajmal et al. 2022. The dependent variable for this study is safety behavior. Safety behavior of participants of outdoor activities is actual behaviors that participants perform to promote safety, avoid accidents, and ultimately injuries, by Rosita et al. 2021. There is two dimensions of safety behavior that have been adopted by many following safety behavior related studies, which is safety compliance and safety participations, by Rushda et al. 2021, cited by Nazira et al. 2022. So for conceptual framework, for my IV safety management practices, they have three domains, which is management commitment, safety rules and procedure, and safety communication and feedback. For my DV safety behavior, they have two domains, which is safety compliance and safety participations. So for methodology, they use, for research design, they use three, which is quantitative research, non-experimental research, and last one is survey method. So for sampling, the first one is sample size. The sample size of this study consists of UiTM Seremban 3 students who will participate in the final camp program in upcoming semester. Based on the information obtained from the faculty, a total of 151 students are expected to participate in the program. Next, the sampling technique that this study used is purposive sampling technique to select the respondents. Purposive sampling technique is a non-probability sampling method in which respondents are deliberate selected based on specific characteristic, which is UiTM Seremban 3 students who involved in the final camp for upcoming semester. For instrumentation, they have three sections, section A, B, and C. Section A is for demographic of the respondent. So the demographic of this respondent, they use closest ended questions. They have four items in there, which is the first one is gender, age, level of study, and semester. For section B, which is the safety management practices, the questionnaire is from Vinod Kumar and Basi 2010. They have three domains, which is the first one is management commitment, safety rules and procedure, and safety communication and feedback. Also, they have 15 items, and the questionnaire used 5-point Likert scale. And the Chroma alpha of this section is 0.925. So for section C, which is safety behavior, they also use the questionnaire from Vinod Kumar and Basi and have two domains, which is the first one is safety compliance and safety participations. They have 9 items and also use 5-point Likert scales, and the Chroma alpha set a value 0.925. So let's move to the data collection procedure. They have 5 stages in data collection procedure. The first one is ethic approval. Go to the ask permission to do research, give briefing to the sample about the study and questionnaire, distribute the questionnaire to the sample, and lastly, collect the questionnaire. So for data analysis, data will be analyzed using JAMOVI version 2.7.44. Descriptive statistics involving mean and standard deviation will be used to determine the level of safety management practices and safety behavior. Person correlation will be used to examine the relationship between variables, while independent sample t-test will be used to determine gender differences.